Hi everyone, welcome to another week in review. It is 12 midnight, after 12 midnight here on the East Coast, 9 p.m. on the Pacific. So here we are with some interesting news, starting with COVID, of course, because we're still in the midst of this thing. So according to the World Health Organization, on the global scale of life, we are at 772,052,752 cumulative cases. In terms of the cumulative fatalities, we are at 6,985,278. That is almost 7 million around the world. And as of this week, we picked up 1,163 new cases around the world. Now, at home, here in the United States of America, we have not been reporting new cases, but we still got the highest cases on the globe. We are at 103,436,829, and the cumulative fatalities is 1,144,877. So our death toll has been reported, but not the number of cases, which is crazy. But you probably add 105,000, I'm assuming. Now, in terms of vaccinations around the world, total percentage of vaccinated people, starting with different overall in the country, is 348. So it's 230.6 million people. That's 69.5% of the population. You round that's 70% of the population. And then when you break it down in groups, the most vaccinated people are the children. The children. Starting with the age of 5, 229.4 million. That's 73%. Children of 12 years of age, 219.9 million. That's almost 220 million Americans, young Americans. That's 77.6% that completed the vaccine series, and over the age of 18 is 204,327,579. Yeah, we can do better. We could do better. The most vaccinated age group is people that's over 65 years of age, which is the total of 43.3 million. But in terms of, if you do the count, the children are at, once again, are the most people that are that completed the series, and including the updated vaccines. Hey, how you doing? So this comes to show that it's still here. People still catching it. People still dying from it. That's been in a hospital for quite some time. Be smart, people. Mask up. I wear my mask. I gotta order some. I'm down to 2 boxes, but still, that can go quick. So please mask up, everyone. Please and thank you. Now let's go on to some tea, some political news. So, in my state, of course, guess who got expelled? Yes, George Santos of New York's 3rd Congressional District, a Biden district at that. He got expelled by a bipartisan Congress. Yes, George Santos. So, let's read the tea on this. According to The Hill, House expels George Santos in a historical vote. The House voted Friday to expel Representative George Santos, ending the New York's Republican tumultuous tenure in Congress, and officially entered his name in the history books as the 6th lawmaker in history to ever be ousted from the lower chamber. The extraordinary vote, unseen in 20 years, took the 3 attempts over 6 months and required support from large numbers in both parties to meet the inflated threshold, 2/3 of the chamber, for expelling a sitting member. The final tally was 311 congressional representatives and 114 that did not vote, with 105 Republicans joining almost all Democrats to remove the scandal-plagued Santos after 11 months in office. He did better than Kevin McCarthy, even though Kevin McCarthy's still there in terms of his political career. Yeah. And Representative Bobby Scott of Virginia and Nikema Williams of Georgia were the only two Democrats to vote against expelling him. Reps Al Green and Jonathan Jackson voted present. Don't know why they did that. And of course, the speaker presided over the House vote and closed, lightly hitting the gavel in a silent chamber. So, about to get into this. George Santos had it coming. He had it coming. This was brewing for quite some time. He had it coming. We all know he was going down, right? He was going down, 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 down. And so, once again, I'm not surprised at this vote. I'm not surprised that he is exiting stage left. You know, New York's 3rd Congressional District will be flipped blue, whoever is the nominee. I hope one is actually the nominee because I hope she gets, picked. But most likely they're going to pick the person who should have ran for their seat. And is the reason why George Santos is in there. So George, nice time in Congress, lying on your resume, acting like the queen of all queens and acting like you got this and you think you the joint. But really, you was just sad. You was just a fraud. And now guess what? You're going to have to return home, which you're not going to be received well at home. So you might have to move out the state. So good luck, George. You know what? I think it is going to be too, girl. Because I like Anna. Anna was a good state rep in Albany, and she will be great in Congress. She wouldn't be pulling an okie doke like some people did and should have ran for their goddamn seat. I'm about to get into his ass in a minute because there are tons of receipts on that one who should have ran for their seat. Now, it's my notebook. I got it all written here, all the stuff. So, next up is Nimrata's endorsement. So Nimrata got a big boost from the Koch brothers, yada, yada, yada. So she is the legit Trump alternative, as Ron DeSantis kept being a failure so many times. I mean, look at what happened last night, right? So, here's my take on this. Nimrata is just as bad as Donald Trump, probably just as worse as he is, right? Just because she seems normal and appealing to the mega donors and to some traditional Republicans, she's still horrible. She championed to not expand Medicaid. She signed an abortion ban back when she was the governor of South Carolina. And then she took down the Confederate flag in her state that's been hanging for years after 9 people in a church have been killed. And then went back on it and said that flag represented heritage. Like those people who praise that flag like yo ass because you're not white. So what do I think of her? I think of her as Ronald Reagan. And they're not nice words. And I'll leave it as that. But one thing I want her to do, run on her record and stop coming for our vice president. That's what I want her to do. Focus on you, Nimrata. Stop focusing on Vice President Kamala Harris. Thank you. I'm getting by this thing real quick. So, as of next week's debate, we'll see how that run. In terms of last night's debate between California's Democratic governor and Biden and Harris surrogate Gavin Christopher Newsom versus that deplorable governor in Florida who's running a horrible presidential campaign, debated with Gavin Newsom last night. They both debated, and Sean Hannity was the moderator. Jesus Christ. Let's just say that Ron is really bad at this. I don't know how he won Florida the second time, even though I think Charlie Crist was actually very formidable in the debate. He just ran a bad campaign. Ron doesn't have this. Gavin is a great surrogate for the Biden and Harris administration. I'm going to repeat that again. Gavin Christopher Newsom, Governor Gavin Christopher Newsom, is a great surrogate to the Biden and Harris campaign. In terms of running for president, I don't know. I think he does not have any foreign policy experience. And when you are the president of the United States, you should have foreign policy experience. And that is my opinion. Fight me on that hill. I'm dead serious. Since President Obama and then Vice President, now President Biden, they both have foreign policy experience. Both of them. I do not want a president without any foreign policy experience. I'm sorry. Or know how to do domestic policy. He may do policy well in California, but you got to do it for the whole entire country. So that's just me. Now, I'm going to tear this person up. So, remember when I was talking about, George Santos? Now George Santos is long gone. New York Democratic elected officials, including the governor herself, the state party chairman, Jesus Christ, and some other folks. Oh, and Representative Gregory Meeks are having a meeting to see who is going to be the nominee, right? Here's my take. I think it should be Anna Kaplan. But, I don't know anything, so I am going to keep my mouth shut. But I would like to tear into Thomas Richard Suozzi. Now, he is the former New York Congressional 3rd District Representative that served in the House. Now, he was told by Reps Hakeem Jeffries and Gregory Meeks, and even his former opponent, Eliot Spitzer, the name almost left my mind, Eliot Spitzer, who mollywopped his ass 16 years as he ran again for governor to run for your seat because the party in New York State was backing Governor Kathy Courtney Hochul. You know what Thomas Richard Suozzi did? Ignored everybody. Continuously attacked the governor and calling her the interim governor. Now keep in mind, folks, I am not a Kathy Hochul stan. I never was, never will be. I do have respect for the lady. I don't hate the lady. I think she's doing a pretty decent job as the governor, which I think she could do better. Absolutely. But I am not the biggest, thing for Kathy Hochul. However, I don't appreciate Tom Suozzi attacking her and disrespecting her and calling her the interim governor. I'm sorry, sir. You ran 2 bad gubernatorial campaigns in 2006 and in 2022, 16 years apart. Keep in mind, Kathy Hochul was not the favorite of most New York Democrats. However, she beat your ass by a lot. Because you had to party with her, and she seemed like she was the only one that was formidable, because You wasn't. I mean, you came after Jamani Williams, dude. The party is not into you. You lucky to even get elected as the rep for that district, because quiet as it kept, people still mad at you. I'm one of them that's mad at you, even though I'm not a constituent there. But I'm mad at the fact that you almost ruined it for us because your damn supporters didn't come on board because you did not tell them who to vote for until 2 or 3 days before the election. How that was going to help the whole entire party. And some folks in your party don't like the AG, because I can get into that, and that's a whole nother live. But Tom, good luck on your little campaign. Let's see if the party pick you, and if they do, you better not pull no shenanigans, because trust me, those receipts will be pulled out on you, and we will remember, and we still remember, and we still don't like you. I mean, for crying out loud, this man was literally told by Elliot Spitzer, the guy who whooped his ass in 2006, to run for your seat, back out this race. Hillary Clinton told him, Hakeem Jeffries told him, Gregory Meeks told him, all Democrats told him, even that damn Jay Jacobs told him. And Tom Suozzi ignored everybody. That's why he came in a very distant third place to Kathy Hochul. Very distant third place. So I will always tear in to Tom Suozzi as long as I live, until kingdom comes. Yes, honey, I will. And to white liberals, based on last night's debate with Governor Gavin Newsom. Governor Newsom does not want to run for president. And if he does, so be it. But as a loyal Democratic voter, because some of y'all gonna need me, I am always going to back the vice president if she decides to run. If she decides to run. If she doesn't decide to run, then I will back who will be the formidable candidate. That doesn't mean I'm supporting Whitmore or Newsom, because there's other stars in the Democratic Party besides those three. I mean, why we gotta look at the white shining light for savior hope? This is the problem I have with this country, because we vote for who we like and not vote for who can actually unite the country and who could bring people together, because this country is so goddamn divided. But that's neither here or there for 2028. I am focused on 2024. I am laser focused. I am laser vision for 2024, because this country is divided. This country is wounded and needs a lot of healing and needs a lot of cleansing, and it needs some hope. And the hope is Biden and Harris. You may think things are bleaker now and things may look bleak, but things are going to get better. And something else is going to pop up where Biden and Harris is going to get elected again, because they will be elected again. And that is, I'm saying this, December 2nd, 2023. They will be elected again on November 5th, 2024. They will be. It's going to be an uphill battle, because each election is going to get harder and harder as they see people that are not the majority population voting to save democracy and voting for the better interests. And I'll leave it as that. So, folks, you have a good night. Be blessed. Be well. Enjoy your weekend. Deuces.